In this video, you're going to learn how to convert a Beefeater grill. Now this will include all Beefeater grills, including the Signature 2000, Signature 3000, and also the Discovery Series grills, all Beefeaters. First we'll start by unboxing. We're doing a Signature 3000 in this one, but they're basically all the same. We're doing it this way because it's easier for one person to do. So you just cut the top of the box open it up, and then turn it right side up. We started it with it upside down. That way when you pull the box up, the grill's right side up. The warming wrap is usually zip tied to the handle there, so you'll have to cut that to get that out. Then you tip the grill on one side and pull the styrofoam off, and then do the same for the other side. Just be careful not to pull on the hood. Taking the second piece off, make sure you grab down into the body to lift up, because the hood really isn't connected to it, just kind of sits on there. If you didn't have the grill ordered natural gas, it's going to come with a propane regulator. You'll have to cut that out. It's connected with a zip tie. Going around to the back of the grill, you're going to see that there's 3 cotter pins. This is a 3 burner, so there's one for each burner. You'll have to take those out to get the burners out. Now, if your grill's going to be built in, you don't need to really put those back in. You can just let it sit there. But if it's going to be on a cart, it actually holds the burners in there, so when you're moving the cart around, they don't jiggle loose or anything. And then go ahead and pull the burners out. To make this easier, I'm going to take the hood off. Grab the handle with one hand and then the bottom part with the other hand. Lift the back up first and then pull straight up, and it comes right off. Now each burner has its own orifice that you have to take off and then put a new one on. And I'm using a nut driver to get it off. When you're putting them back, just be careful to start them by hand first, because it is going into aluminum, so they'll cross thread real easy. So if you had a 4 burner, you'll have 4 of them. If you have a 5 burner, you'll have 5 of them. The orifices come in the book along with a cookbook, and then you also have a sticker saying, hey, this is a natural gas. The different orifices for different grills. The one on the left is for a Signature 3000 from like 2013, the middle of 2013 and newer. The one in the middle is a Signature 3000 from the middle of 2013 and older. And then the one on the right is for a Signature 2000, and those are about 8 years old or older. The one in the middle also is exactly the same one that goes in the Discovery i1000 grills also. And the Signature and Discovery grills are all the grills that I explained are all Beefeater grills. Here you can see the front of the view. You can see the differences in the size of the holes. The one on the left, the smaller one, is made for propane because propane is actually higher pressure, so it takes a smaller hole, and then the one on the right is natural gas. Now I can't stress enough that when you're putting your orifices back on, that you start them by hand. It's really easy to get them cross-threaded if you're trying to use your socket or nut driver. It's very easy to get them cross-threaded, and you don't want that to happen. You also don't want to over tighten them. Just a nice little snug fit, and that's all it takes. Now on the Beefeater grills, when you're converting from propane to natural gas, or the other way around from natural gas to propane, there's a low adjustment. So when the grill is lit and it's on low, you want to adjust that. There's a hole there. You can see where there's putting a screwdriver in. And when you're going from propane to natural gas, you do a half a turn counterclockwise. If you're doing from natural gas to propane, you do a half a turn clockwise. Here's a manifold, what you see underneath the faceplate there, where I was sticking the screwdriver. Just to make it easier for you. You can see there where it's got a flathead screw. And that flathead screw is what you want to put in there, and if you're going from propane to natural gas, 1/2 turn is what that does, is it turns up your low setting. The white arrow is where that flathead screw is located on the Signature S3000. That's like mid 2013 and older, and also it's the same for the Beefeater Discovery grills. Now here we're showing a Signature 2000. Now we don't have the actual grill because they are very old grills. They don't make it anymore. But what you have to do is with the knob on the grill, you just pull the knob off. Then you'll have to take a flathead screw, and that's going to have to be really small, like a jeweler type screwdriver. And then you put it in the hole, and you'll have to feel for it to actually slip in, and then you can feel it slip in. And then once you do, you can turn it back and forth, and you can see that it only goes so far. And then you turn it half a turn counterclockwise, and that's only for going from propane to natural gas. Again, this is where you put the jeweler screwdriver, the flathead screw, and after you pull the knob off into the hole of the valve. The only thing you're going to see really is what the arrow is pointing at, which is the stem part. This is where you put the natural gas sticker that comes with the grill, and you stick it right over the one that said propane, and that way people know that it was converted to natural gas. Now putting the hood back on is just, you put the front, you see where it put the front little tips on there first, and then you do one, then the other, and then the back comes down, and that's it. It just sits there. There's no screws or anything. Then you put the burners back in. Just make sure you get the burner onto the valve. That's really the only critical thing. And then you can kind of jiggle it back and forth and make sure it's on. Now if it's built in, you won't have to put those cotter pins back on there. But you can if you want. It's not going to hurt anything. If it's a cart, I would suggest definitely doing that, because you don't want it rolling around and then the burners come off, and then it's dangerous. But to put the cotter pins on, it's just the same thing as taking them out. Now the rest of the video is just going to be, putting it back in the box, because people order these natural gas. We have to convert them. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions on the Beefeater Grill, you can call us at 1-800-997-4177. Or if you need any parts or grills or anything for the Beefeater, we have them at www.azgrills.com.